record, and I think I will start. Okay, good morning everyone. My name's Jeremy Tobias and I'm the CEO at GiveEasy, and I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you all today to our 30-minute session entitled Digital Fundraising through COVID-19. For those of you who don't know about the GiveEasy platform, we work with hundreds of charities around Australia, small, medium and large, making donating online easy for supporters, giving them the best possible experience that they can achieve across emails, donation pages, SMS, social and peer-to-peer fundraising. We also allow, and really importantly in these times, quick and easy setup of digital fundraising campaigns for charities. And why I've decided to run this session today is to show you lots and lots of examples of campaigns that have been run by over 20 charities across Australia in the past 2 weeks to give you guys some inspiration that yes, you can push the button now or in a few weeks and still get amazing results on digital. I don't have all the answers, but I have seen across these campaigns what is currently working. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will still be working in a month or two. We are in uncertain times, and that's an understatement. But I did want to show you some examples across small, medium, and large organizations of what currently is working and what you can do to supercharge your digital. Because at the moment, digital is where the action is. So just before we start, I'm the CEO. I've also got Elise with me here, who's our marketing manager at GiveEasy. So any questions as we go, please type them into the chat box. There will be room, there will be time at the end, I hope, to get to those questions. It's really important that any questions you have get answered. We get it. You know, this is all new to everyone, and we'll do our best to help. So what I'm going to go through, as I've said, is some insights, what I've seen working, what I suggest that you guys look to do over the next little while, and also focusing on the more all-important tax time period and giving you some really quick, potentially easy wins for tax time or when your next campaign is. For those of you that have been on previous GiveEasy presentations, you've probably seen this before. What got us here won't get us there. At this time, it's even more important to take this in. Change is happening in sorry, if someone's just not on mute, please can you mute so everyone can hear? Change is happening at every level of society. Every charity that I've spoken to has been disrupted, whether it's a complete change in the way that they need to run their service delivery, they've missed out on some fundraising due to events, they've had to postpone things, their stakeholders have been affected. I don't know one charity that can't tell their supporters and their stakeholders that COVID-19 has not affected them. And it's the same with business. I don't know one business out there that hasn't been, and mostly negatively affected, or in some instance, if you're Woolworths and Coles or you're a chemist, positively affected by COVID-19. I don't know one business that hasn't been affected. So change is happening, and disruption is happening, and it's so hard to change in the best of times, and we're certainly not in those times. But it's so important that you start to change, you start to look at what else can you do, at least in the short term, because those that change their ways, whether it's from a fundraising point of view or whether it's from a service delivery point of view, or part of culture, working from home environment, giving more flexibility, will actually win out. And we don't know how long this crisis will go on for. And to be honest, we don't know what's around the corner. What we have seen in 2020 and even before COVID-19 started, was the rise in digital. Over $200 million was raised online due to the devastating bushfires in January and February of 2020. And we've seen digital obviously continue to rise in March and April. Donors out there want to donate on digital. You don't have to convince them about digital. I would say that more money has been raised in 2020 on digital in Australia than on any other channel. And in my belief, or at least over the next couple of months, that's going to continue. What are some benefits of digital? And there are numerous benefits. Everyone is on screens now. I don't know about you guys, but the 2 emails that we sent about this webinar, instantaneous responses. I've never seen anything like it. Charities that have been sending emails out themselves are getting the best open rates and click-through rates in the last little while. Everyone is on their screens now, whether it's on social, whether it's on SMS, that's the place to be. They're all at home, or most people are at home with a screen in front of their place, looking at screens. It's easy to track. You can easily track in real time how your digital is going, make tweaks and amends, and work out what's working and what's not. It's low cost. It really is, depending on what you do, and you can get it set up really quickly. And really importantly, in an environment that we're in today, where things are changing day to day, decisions are being made by the government and lower down day to day, you can change your donation page or your ads or your email overnight. And I'll come to that shortly. You don't have to go, oh, that's annoying. I've already sent something out and the world has moved on. You can change it and go with the flow. So what I wanted to do in this webinar was show you a whole bunch of examples of emergency campaigns that we've powered for small, medium and large organisations across Australia. I wanted to show you that you can set one of these up at the right time for your organisation. And I also wanted to show you some tricks that are working. Here are just some examples from Australian Childhood Foundation, from Food Bank New South Wales, and from Royal Flying Doctors of, in our view, really clean donation pages that hit the mark. Today, what I'm going to go through is 5 insights, 5 learnings that I think will set you up for success for your campaign. The first one is around get it out there. The early bird catches the donation. Don't hold back. Don't go to your donors in July asking for donations for COVID-19. I'm going to talk about critical messaging, how important critical messaging is, given that this is an emergency campaign. I'm going to talk about gamification tactics, and I might ask you to help me out there. I'm going to talk about multi-channel, and I'm going to talk about your overall digital. And are you giving your donors the best possible experience on digital? So let's talk about the early bird catches the worm, or the donations. We've said it all along, we've been saying it for a couple of years now, in that it's really important within your organisation that you have a culture and a structure that allows you to push the button when something good or something bad materially happens to your organisation. And to be honest, this is why. Organisations that were able to go out, mobilise their troops or their boards or their teams early in this have borne fruit. Take, for example, Baby Give Back. Baby Give Back, a small organisation out of the Gold Coast, had to completely change their model. They were unable to take in goods anymore from people that were giving them to them. They actually had to go out and buy the goods to give to mums and bubs that needed help. So they launched an emergency campaign to initially raise $30,000 solely on digital. Pretty much the day after things started, the restrictions came in. The day after, they were able to set up a donation page. They were able to send out some emails. They were able to go out on social, where their donors live, which is Instagram and Facebook, with videos, not beautifully cut videos, videos from the heart. And they managed to raise $30,000, albeit with a really relatively small database, I'll be honest with you, in 1.5 days, all online. They actually increased their target to $60,000, and the good news is that they're nearly there. Alan White from Asylum Seeker Resource Centre a week ago talked about his campaign. My awesome team got this appeal going in just 24 hours. It's broken all of our records for performance, with more activations to come. It's been led with real and raw content and strong storytelling through a digital-first approach. Again, another organisation that has borne fruits, that has been able to mobilise. Now, we're probably a week and a half in, so it's still early days, in my view, from when campaigns started to get launched. There's still time, but what I want to emphasise to you guys is don't wait for July or August until you really know exactly what's happening to your organisation, because it's too late. You have other organisations out there at the moment. We have 20 odd organisations out there that we're powering with emergency crisis appeals for donations. Now, I'm not saying that every single organisation should go out there, crisis, emergency. What I'm asking you to think about is, whether it's now or for your upcoming tax campaign, how do you weave COVID-19 into your appeal? Because that's what's on donors' minds at the moment. My next point is around crisis messaging is winning. So the campaigns that have launched so far have been emergency crisis campaigns. And what I want to emphasize is that if you are launching a COVID-19 crisis appeal, whatever form that is, you need to let your donors know that it actually is an emergency appeal. There's no point strategizing internally, but not actually articulating that on your donation pages, on your social media channels, and on your website. On the left-hand side, you can see Royal Melbourne Hospital Foundation. It's super clear that this is an emergency appeal. Emergency appeal, COVID-19, please support health workers on the front line. On the right-hand side is a banner taken straight from the Leukemia Foundation website, a static banner, not a banner that moves, that's impossible to click on. Again, COVID-19 emergency appeal, help people like Jamie stay safer from the threat of COVID-19. This is an email from Australian Childhood Foundation. Sorry, I just need to move this out of the way. Can't see that. But it hits home because every single child is actually at home at the moment. So this top banner resonates to every single person, or most people in Australia. I don't know about you. I've got 2 kids at home at the moment. Probably most of you have 2 kids or no family members. So it's this urgent emotive messaging that hits home and resonates with donors. And of course, don't leave out social. Again, need to work out where your donors live, but crisis appeals like this is a great time, unfortunately, to actually track and work out where your donors live. This is Sydney Dogs and Cats Home. Crisis appeal, pets in care need your help. Please read, share, donate, big, bold letters, as bold as you can do on Facebook. They're putting it out there. They've decided that they're launching an emergency crisis appeal. They need the funds. They're putting the effort in, and they're going all out to get the donations. So this is where you guys need to be involved. Get your fingers ready. So my third point, and this is really the beauty of digital. What we're seeing, and it actually warms my heart. in a really tough environment is that gamification tactics are working. So what do I mean by gamification tactics? I mean being able to, gamify, to give the donors an experience online, to do things that you can do on digital that make it fun for the donors to give, that show a bit more about where the dollars are going. What I want, before I show you want two tactics that are working that sort of gamify the experience online, I'm interested for you guys to type into the chat box now what you think online on a donation page, the widgets, the tools that you think may be working the best at the moment. So there's a chat box on the right-hand side of your screen. I definitely want some participation here, guys. There's 130 people on the call, so I'm looking for 50 responses in the next minute. Yep, cool. They're coming in. I'll give you all another 30 seconds. There isn't a wrong answer, right? It's just what are the ones that are working the best. Okay, 15 more seconds. Okay, really good. Really happy to see, you guys having a crack. So lots of these answers are right. And to me, putting videos on the page, putting dollar handles on the page, making it simple to give, one-click donations, all of that is just a given. But probably the two standouts are having a goal on a page, having a target. So, and again, it doesn't suit every single charity out there, but what I'm seeing is charities that would normally not put a goal on their page are putting a goal on their page. And donors are giving even more because they're putting that, in my view, because they're putting that goal on their page. So it has to be a realistic goal, right? So if you're an organization and you seriously have lost, unfortunately, $2 million of funding, and you really don't think your database will raise more than 100K, putting a goal of $2 million doesn't really make sense. But trying to break it down to this is the project that we've lost funding for and it needs $400,000 gets people to give. The other thing is the ability to add comments. And I think comments now until isolation stops, hopefully sooner rather than later, is a real slam dunk for your donation pages. And we're seeing it. Why? Why is it working in this environment? I think people are isolated. People are out there, they're working from home. They haven't seen that many people as they would. They want to feel part of a community. They want their name on a leaderboard or on a page. They want to be able to be part of that community, to be part of the hundreds of donors that have given to the appeal. The nice thing you can do with our platform is you can actually add a message of support for whoever needs that message within your organization. So this is Lifelight, where they're asking people to add a support for aeromedical teams. This is Royal Flying Doctors, where it's completely different. But you can see the comments that are coming in are unbelievably heartwarming. Australia is so lucky to have a service like the Royal Flying Doctors at this terrible time. I know you will always serve the country well. Thank you for your great work keeping our regional and rural communities safe. Be blessed. And you can use these comments now. So once people comment, you can use them on social, and you can also give them to your corporate partnerships team after this is over to utilize on documents to show potential corporate partners how much love your supporters care about your organizations. So yeah, just to sum up, if you're going to do nothing else to your donation page now and for tax, my suggestion is you're putting a live thermometer bar. And of course, you could potentially hide that for the first email that you send and then add that going forward. And comments. Allow people to comment. My third one is multi-channel is key. So if you're going out, you've made the call that you're launching a crisis appeal, you've got the messaging right, you're not just sending one email, right? You're sending multiple emails out. And we've seen that already from organizations. The organizations that are winning in this environment are sending multiple emails out. They're, as I said before, utilizing all of their digital. So they're also on their donation page on their website. It's not a standard donation page. Worse than that, it's definitely not your February appeal that you've now ditched to launch your crisis appeal. You need a branded donation page that fits the mark perfectly across all of your channels. Because remember, you've sent out that crisis email. You need to carry that through. You need a pinned post on your Facebook channel. I know, you've never got a donation from Facebook ever before. Yep, I hear you. But you need that message because the person that receives that email, that critical crisis email, is on Facebook today because they're monitoring what's happening on social, and they go to your website and they want to see a big, bold banner. This is Food Bank New South Wales. They've done a great job. We work with some amazing agencies as well, Flat Earth Direct, and this one is actually from Donor Republic, who put this campaign together, as well as Elevate Fundraising and Hello Fundraising. They've done an awesome job in really tough times. But this one from Donor Republic has a branded donation page. They've sent out emails and they've done some great Facebook advertising that has hit the mark. So Facebook advertising, more people are spending more time on social now. So if you've never done it before, now is the time to dip your toe in the water. And of course, SMS. SMS to me is an absolute no-brainer, at least for tax. If you've never sent out an SMS, you have to send out an SMS this tax time. It completes the channel. 98% of SMSs are read. On our platform, we actually give the donor the best possible experience possible around SMS, where we pre-fill and we personalize a donation form. So they actually don't have to enter in any information, any first name, last name, or email or amounts when they want to donate. And my last point is really what I've seen happen over the last little while, and it's sort of happened around the bushfire appeals, to be honest, but it's accelerated, is organisations that probably left digital to the last minute for their traditional Christmas tax appeals. Oh, we don't really raise that much money on digital, so we'll just sort of set something up last minute. Are taking a step back and are going, all right, well, previously we didn't really take that much view on digital. What does our environment look like on digital? What does our website look like? What experience are we giving on emails? What experience are we giving a different experience? Are we sending an SMS, but on the SMS form, are we actually asking them again to put in their mobile phone number and things that aren't necessary, which is pleasing to me. Again, what we're seeing on websites, some websites are pop-ups. So PA Foundation, you guys should check it out. pafoundation.org.au has a really good pop-up that appears. As I said, Leukemia Foundation has a nice banner. And I just wanted to focus on the actual donation page for a minute, because if you followed the steps that I've come up with, you've decided to launch an appeal, whether that's now, whether it's current, whether it's in the future. You've got the messaging right, urgent, emotive, you've tied it back to your cause. You've got the multi-channel experience right. What about making it easy for your donors? You've done all the hard work, but do you want to be hit with a form where it asks for unnecessary fields that you've already got? For example, on your emails, where you have their first name, their last name, their email address. Why not pre-fill that form or across SMS? Or worse, It asks for spam protection. I'm already stressed as a donor, like spam protection, or please only submit payment once and wait for confirmation. Do not press back and submit again. I better be getting something unbelievably amazing from this donation. Or do you want to give them a really clean donation form that you can track where they're coming from? And what we're seeing is organizations that previously went, I don't have time. I don't have time to set up my form. 95% of my donations come from direct mail or face-to-face or whatever. They're actually going, hang on, we need to take a step back and look at our actual experience across all of our channels. And as I said, you know, those that have been on a Give Easy call before, pre-filling the form on email and SMS, it gets results, especially and giving your donors the best possible experience in these times. So I'm just looking at the time. We've touched on get it out there, obviously at the right time for your organization, but even after this is over, make sure you have discussions. So when something like this, I hope something like this doesn't occur, but something, you know, positive for your organization occurs, you can launch immediately. Get the critical messaging right. So if you are launching a campaign, make sure it's got the right messaging there. The tactics you guys came up, all of you were fantastic. But for these appeals, let's get some comments on the page and let's get the live thermometer bar set up. Look at all of your channels and test. So don't just send one email, and take a step back and go, I've done all this work. I'm putting all the effort into the campaign. What is the online experience at the donation form I'm giving your donors? I just wanted to quickly touch on a couple of other quick wins for tax. All of these could be a half an hour webinar, but I'm just going with, so just to sum up, you're a charity. I think all of you can do all of the above, no matter if you're small, medium, and large, and whether you've been directly impacted by COVID-19 or your fundraising has been impacted or your events have been cancelled. Donors want to hear COVID-19. I have no idea what else is happening in the world at the moment. Seriously, no idea. Laws could be being passed in other countries which have been terrible. I have no idea what's happening up on our roads, all of that sort of stuff. Send SMSs and potentially an MMS. We've seen some really cute and beautiful MMSs being sent out to donors as thank yous post your appeal. Works really well for those charities that have that beautiful imagery. Match giving. I think that if you have the opportunity to utilize match giving, you should throw it into your campaign. May and June last year was really the evolution of match giving in Australia. We put a document out at the beginning of last year. We talked about trends, and one of them was match giving. It's come true. Match giving also gamifies the giving experience. I haven't seen too many match giving appeals around this crisis because I think the charities have just wanted to get them out, and rightly so. And they haven't really needed that element of match giving because we're in a crisis, right? But it will certainly help your campaign. Webinars on relevant topics and Facebook Live. So the data out there shows you invite your mid-tier donors to a hospital tour normally, or to view your premises. Those that turn up give more to your appeal. Those that don't turn up also give more to your appeal. Unfortunately, that's not available today. So why don't you test Facebook Live? Put it out on email in the lead up to tax time. Say you're running a Facebook Live appeal, a Facebook Live event. Put it out there. Tell people what you're doing on the front line. Your CEO or some well-known identity in the organization. I don't have statistics on it, but it won't hurt. And it just shows your donors that you're being proactive out there. Countdown timers. Countdown timers are awesome to put in the last 5 days before 30 June. So hide your countdown timer and then put it on your page. This is one that I think is super important for your direct mail for those organizations. And we're already seeing some promising, albeit unbelievably early results. So for those of you that aren't putting a URL on your direct mail pack and it's not too late for tax, you need to do it. For those of you that are doing it, you need to make it bigger and bolder. Why, in my view? Because there will be a certain percentage of people that receive your direct mail and don't want to leave the house, right? So they may call up, but they'll probably will want to go online, or they may want to go online to make that donation. So make sure you have a link. And the important thing is you can track it, because there's no point having a link and having no idea whether people actually did it or not. So just a unique link that you can put on the direct mail that allows you to track. Just really quickly, Give Easy. So we've designed a couple templates around for your emergency or crisis appeals. For your next appeal, you can design a page just like the Royal Flying Doctors in an hour, or like the Prince Charles Hospital Foundation also in an hour. So we're here to help. We're here to get you set up really quickly and fast, and really help you set up your donation pages. I think I've managed to cover all of that in 30 minutes. At least we'll put a link up that will allow you to get in contact with us. We know it's a really, really tough time at the moment. We've had to change our working environment at Give Easy. Everyone is changing what they're doing, but it is really important to change and actually engage with that change and try and turn it into a positive. Some of the best organizations that we see today were actually started during the GFC. So now is the opportunity to pivot, to embrace new things and see what happens over the short term, sorry. Happy to take some questions. So we've got a few. So do we have a product that can use SMS to get donations where the organization doesn't have DGR? So yes, we can accept donations that are, if you've got ACNC status as well, you can use the Give Easy platform. Can you add comment section if you don't have a live thermometer bar? Absolutely. So you don't have to have a live thermometer bar to have comments. You could just switch off that widget, that live thermometer bar widget, and just have the comments. Yeah, any advice when the CEO has said no to all fundraising right now? So, I mean, it's tricky. I'd be showing them a whole lot of examples. I'd be taking this presentation and I'd be showing them a whole lot of examples of organizations, maybe your size that are doing it. Tell them that, you know, organizations like us, and there are other organizations out there as well that are sort of saying now is the time to have a crack. I don't have the magic bullet for that one, but keep on showing examples of other like-minded organizations that are doing what you're doing. Who are Give Easy? Are you a donation platform or digital marketing specialist or both? Yeah, really good question. So our unique advantage is a donation platform. So we, as I said, make it really simple to give and give donors a great experience across all channels. But we see a whole bunch of campaigns, so we can't help ourselves showing you what is working and what isn't working, because we see it as our job, not just to give you the tech. And especially in times like this, I mean, the sector is just crying out for some advice. So we work alongside a number of agencies as well, which have been amazing. But really our sweet spot is digital fundraising. Is pre-filling the donation form a function of Give Easy? Absolutely. So it's really something that we pride ourselves on working amazingly well. We give you unique links effectively for your donors that you embed in your emails. So you're still sending the emails, but we're making that experience across emails and SMS amazingly easy for your donors, where they're just putting in their credit card details or PayPal. They don't have to touch that form. What's match giving? Yeah, so I will send whoever asked that question a presentation on match giving. It's where you allow where you get some matches and you allow your donors, all donations today will be doubled, or all donations today over the appeal will be doubled by this matching donor. It works really well. It gamifies that experience as well. Lots of charities have run appeals successfully. Approximately how long does it take to create an appeal online? Honestly, an hour. Our templates are really simple to use. An hour to get it set up. With our team's here to help. We've really fast tracked a whole bunch of charities and made set up a lot easier. Any comments on the government JobKeeper? I'll probably leave that off. I don't really have a strong view. I know they've reduced pleasingly the limit for charities. I think their revenue fall needs to only be 15%. And again, we've had that question about how long does it take to set up an appeal. Just going through the questions. Sorry. Where are we? I'll make the recording accessible. Can you integrate GiveEasy into a website? Absolutely. Is it easy to post a Facebook ad based on a GiveEasy campaign so the look and feel is the same? Absolutely. Doesn't jump out of Facebook. You stay within Facebook, so that's really simple. Yeah, we work with Salesforce, a whole bunch of other databases. So the question is, how easy does it integrate into their own backends? There's a whole bunch of hidden fields that we can give you, like donor ID and a whole bunch of other fields that allow you to take our data and integrate it straight back into your platform. Yeah, Razor's Edge, Salesforce, thank you, etc., etc. Are there any other questions? I feel like I might have missed some. Zoom's amazing, but we're changing as well. This is my first webinar that I've run on, or chat that I've run on Zoom. Are there any other questions that I've missed, or anything else? We do have a link up there that Lisa's put up there. Again, set up. We're looking at an hour. Our team will be here to help. If there aren't any other questions, I just wanted to these times are really tough for everyone. We're changing, everything's changing. So we're here to help as much as possible. We're all learning as we go. And I just wanted to wish everyone well and to stay safe and to look after yourselves and your families and to just take advantage of what digital has to offer. At least in the short term, because I think you guys will be surprised, and it will probably put you in good stead for after. So yes, pre-filling the donation form and GiveEasy function. Yes, absolutely, we'll help you. We integrate with MailChimp, Campaign Monitor, all of the Salesforce, all of the platforms. But yeah, that's it from us. The costs, so free to set up. And we just charge a really small transaction fee on each donation. So yeah, it's free to set up. And as I said, you can be up and running in an hour. And our team are here to help. Happy to brainstorm whether you are using another platform or your own website. Definitely happy to help and understand a bit more about your campaigns over the next little while. I think that's it from us. Thanks again to my team for putting it together, to Elise and my team of outstanding individuals who have just done an amazing job in these tough times. And everyone stay safe and well, and we will try and make this recording available to everyone. Thanks, guys, and keep well.
Jeremy?